my fellow Helldivers? How are you doing? Today I want to talk about the Gloom. I think the Gloom was an incredible addition to this game. And the first thing I need to talk about is the city maps, because the city maps in this game, when Illuminates came out, they were my favorite thing. I just thought it was so cool to see like this in-universe town or city just taken over by the Illuminate, and it's cool to see how they had their like little ship docking stations throughout the towns, and I couldn't wait to see city maps with the other factions, and the fact that now we have them with bugs, but it's not just like, you know, there's a designated area where you're gonna have, I don't know, a couple of bug holes here and there. No, this is a city map through and through that bugs have like colonized. They took over, they broke through buildings and made it their city. It's like, it barely feels like you're in a city, other than like a fire hydrant right there and a couple buildings that are still standing, and I think it's so cool. So another thing in this gameplay, you see me use the heavy machine gun a lot. I'm trying to replace the rail cannon strike. I kind of defaulted to the rail cannon strike with bugs. I think it's kind of nice and useful because, you know, you can 100% kill anything kind of on the spot, and I love that. The problem is it's just really pretty ineffective for its cooldown. Like, dealing with one Bile Titan when you're getting attacked by 3 or 4 at a time is not ideal. It's helpful, but it's not what I'm going for. So I was hoping the heavy machine gun would work, but I don't love it for this purpose because I think bugs are a faction that you really want to kite around. You want to move a little fast pace kind of thing, and the heavy machine gun definitely slows you down. You know, one, you have less ammo, so you have to conserve it a little bit. If you want to reload, you have to literally wait in place. If you want to be accurate, you got to crouch down. So I want to know down below if you have a recommendation of what I can use to deal with heavy enemies, bug side. With that said, this is my first Gloom mission, and you're about to see like what I had hoped the missions always looked like. So right now you have this yellow haze going on, almost kind of like a lime green, and the sun is kind of blocking everything out. I wish that the Gloom was always like that. Unfortunately, this right here was a mix between a Spore Charger, Experimental Infusion, and the Gloom, so it was kind of a bit of everything. But it was still really cool. I think the Gloom adds this like horror aspect. Like you saw right there, that Bile Titan came out of seemingly nowhere. Like I knew it was coming up the ridgeline and stuff, but because of the haze, it becomes obscured, and then you just see this like creeping shadow crawling to you, and that's so cool. I said this before in one of the prior voiceovers, I forget which one, but Micho and I were playing, and I was talking about the Spore Charger and how it added this like ominous kind of, I don't know, kind of like horror-esque feel to the game, and I just wanted more enemies that did that, because I think it's just really cool when you're kind of lost in the smoke or the haze and you're kind of just trying to find your way. It just adds to the chaos in this game in a beautiful way. Another interesting thing is like, the Gloom really doesn't shine until you kill a bug. So, you know, if you don't kill bugs and you're just kiting, it's very clear and you can see. But as you see here, like I just killed those bugs, and every time I kill them, they're popping and they're getting this little spore spewing stuff. I kind of wish that would just be a constant and not only when I kill bugs. Don't get me wrong, I'm being very nitpicky here, but it's still really cool. Like, I'm shooting essentially in the dark here. I don't see where the bugs are. I'm just know they're coming and I'm trying to kill them, and the only thing I can do is shoot into the dark, and as I do that, it's obscuring my vision more. And like, I saw a glimpse right there of a Bile Titan, but as I was killing bugs, it kind of disappeared, and now I have this ominous shadow just running towards me. Like, it's wicked. And see, here's like one of the things I don't like about the heavy machine gun too, is like, okay, this Bile Titan's on me, and now I have to stop and wait, and I wish I could have just like hit it with something and moved on, rather than try to sit there and face tank it. Maybe I could have handled that differently, but whatever. So I'd say that bugs are the kiting faction a lot, meaning that you need to run around and kind of avoid them or dodge them as you fight them. But sometimes it is really nice to just post it up and be like, no, you know what, we're gonna kill them today. Today we're gonna kill them. And when you do that, especially like on bug breaches, you know, throwing gas on bug breaches is so satisfying, or napalm. Like my teammate threw a napalm, I think, right there, and that's just so awesome on a on a bug breach. But I like this Gatling turret. This Gatling turret, I don't know if it got buffed or I just discovered it, but it is becoming my new favorite stratagem like super easily because it really helps you deal with all of the chaff enemies, and it would be my favorite stratagem but for chargers, because chargers just make sentries kind of useless. And okay, that wasn't great placement. I could have placed it better. I could have lured the chargers a different way. I could have killed them a different way. But point being, if you bring a sentry to bugs, it's getting ran over by a charger. It's not going to live long, which is very disappointing because against the other factions, your sentries can do some work before they die. The whole reason I even came to this area was because earlier I had dropped my heavy machine gun and I had dropped some samples that I wanted to pick up. So I wasn't supposed to be here long, but I just kept getting hit by freaking bug breach after bug breach, and then all of a sudden there's this piss mist everywhere because you're killing the bugs and they're all dying everywhere. And I think it's just time to go. Like, you have to know when it's time to get out of an engagement, and that right there was the perfect time to get out of an engagement. It's time to move on to something different. Thank you for the 500, my teammate. Anyway, so this was a peaceful moment. You know, I'm here, I'm just working on the objective, doing my thing. I think I dropped a Gatling turret to my left, so that's going to be hanging out. I look up, my teammates are chilling, nothing crazy, nothing's going on, we're just hanging out. Cool. So let me plan this out, let me get this to B2, that's where that's going to go. Okay, cool. And then now when I look up, okay, there's bug breaches, but this isn't that bad. Okay, there's multiple bug breaches. Maybe this is bad. Let me help out. Let me throw an eagle cluster. I'm realizing right now that was my fault, but you need to know where your teammates are if you're going to clear out the HUD, because I look down here, I look up, my eagle goes off. I'm pretty sure my eagle killed me. Maybe it didn't. I don't know. You tell me in the comments. Was that my fault? Did my teammates die because of me? I don't think they did. I think my teammates just made a mistake. That's not on me. We're moving on. We're moving on. We're done thinking about it. It happened. It's in the past. We're moving on, my friend. So this next clip is gonna just highlight the moments that you have in this game that are just like straight out of a movie. They're pure cinema. You don't get them anywhere else. So me and my teammate were running. We're trying to get to the objective to meet up with one of our other teammates. I think one of our other teammates was working on the objective. So I'm trying to deal with these heavies, and we got more breaches coming, and I'm realizing that I'm not equipped for the heavies. This heavy machine gun's not doing the trick on bugs. I talked about that earlier. I'm just laying into this thing, and it's still coming at me. So I just kind of give up. I'm like, okay, let me throw a thermite on it. Let me run away. Let me heal. Let me regroup. And then maybe I can lay down some cover fire for my teammate. I was totally expecting them to come over this ridge right here, but they never did. So I was like, okay. Let's just go to the objective. My teammate's going to make their way there. Definitely not getting involved in whatever they are involved in. It's like, let me throw an eagle. Maybe my teammate will run past it, and then we'll both be safe. But for some reason, they still weren't coming my direction. I don't know what they were doing, but I guess they were having a good time, so good for them. But right here is when I realized, oh, wait. They are coming down here. They need to come down here, and they're going to have to come over this hill. So he's probably in a sticky situation. Let me help him out. So I drop a sentry right here, and I'm just waiting, knowing that he's about to come over this hill with a trail of bugs behind him. First bug goes flying. That was funny. And then my teammate comes. He's diving down this hill trying to get away, and I just start blasting the tail of this pack that's chasing him with my turret. Fully thought I was going to kill him here, but the fact that I didn't was so freaking cool. And now we just have this Biotitan. It's the last thing. My turret's going into it. I'm blasting into it. It's going. Boom. And how the mighty has fallen. See, like, the heavy machine gun was really good there, but I had the help of a Gatling turret. So it's like, how much did the heavy machine gun really do in this situation? Anyways, my friends, I hope you enjoyed. I had a lot of fun talking to you. I want to know, what do you guys think about the Gloom? Do you agree with me that there isn't enough gloom in the Gloom? Like, there's not enough, I don't know, piss mist, I'll call it, but, or do you think it's fine that it only happens when you kill a bug? What are your thoughts on that? I'm eager to know.